Hey guys, it's me, VixDon23 with some more Team Combat Axe gameplay, and I will add just at the start that this was a really challenging game. We were playing against a decent set of enemy players who kind of sussed out what we were doing fairly early on, so yeah, more of a challenging kind of game type. I won't explain what happens later on. You guys can see that happening itself. At the end I may come back to it, but yeah, that's pretty much the gameplay summed up. So the topic, one of my Twitter followers linked me a quote yesterday, which really made me think, and I found it interesting, so I thought I would share it with you guys. It's just kind of a concept I'd never really thought of before. And so, basically, I'm going to explain it in my own way. So, right, let's start off with the fact that, okay, the universe is, for as well as we know, infinitely large. You know, we can't see the edge of it. It's, you know, seems huge. There's, you know, like hundreds of billions of stars, and that means chances are there's life out there, and again, chances are there's intelligent life out there, life that's far more intelligent than we are. And so the question always has been, is why haven't we been discovered yet? If there's, you know, if Earth has existed for an infinite, well, you know, such a long time, not an infinite amount of time, what seems almost infinite compared to how long we exist. But if Earth has been around for so long, with life on it for so long, you know, why hasn't probability stated that some aliens have stumbled across us? Some, obviously they'd have to be super advanced, you know, we can't even comprehend getting to the edge of our solar system, let alone to another star system. So obviously, it's, you know, for aliens to find us, they've got to be super intelligent, super advanced technologically. And so to take that into account, you know, well, even with that taken into account, because there's so much scale, then surely that situation exists. And why haven't they found us? And so this is where we take it down to a kind of Earth-sized example. So you're walking through a park, and you see a worm on the floor, and you notice it, you look down at it, but you don't think, I wonder what that worm is thinking, I wonder what that worm's up to, I wonder what that worm's going to do next, I wonder what it's trying to achieve. You just don't, you just disregard it as a completely unintelligent life form, and take no notice of it. And what if aliens do the same with us? They come flying past our planet in their super fast spacecrafts that are super shielded that we'd never know. And they look down and they think, yeah, there's no intelligent life form on that planet. It's just, yeah, it's just full of those human things. They're boring. Anyway, let's go and find some intelligent life form. What if that happens? Obviously, you know, that's just one of a million possibilities for the reason we haven't been discovered by aliens. But it's an interesting outlook, and one you wouldn't usually consider, that aliens are so much more technologically and intelligently advanced than us, that in fact they don't even regard us as an intelligent life form. You know, we always say, oh, there are intelligent life forms out there in the galaxy. Maybe there are life forms so intelligent that we can't even comprehend them. What if you took it in the opposite scale? I know this is kind of a crazy idea, and I've probably not thought it through enough to say it, but I'm saying it anyway. So, say cats. What if cats are infinitely more intelligent than we are, yet they're really lazy? And they're like, you know what, we can just live with humans, they'll feed us, let us do whatever we want, you know, we could rule, but in this event we don't. That's just a weird example, but, you know, it's just a measure of, you know, what do you measure intelligence by? So here I'm going to throw in another quote. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll spend its whole life believing it is stupid. So that's just kind of the crux with intelligence. It all depends on what you determine it by, and even kind of in our society, I think it's determined in too much of kind of a one-directional kind of thing, from one aspect. But that's just that's a whole nother topic. I could talk about that. But back to the point. I mean, yeah, that's just one kind of idea, that we aren't determined as intelligent by extraterrestrial life forms. But, you know, obviously, it loops back into the whole idea that, you know, there's a distance, and someone might say, but, you know, with the modern physics we understand, it is literally impossible to travel light years. You can't travel faster than the speed of light. And then, you know, it comes in, but come to think of it, you know, 200 years ago, they didn't have cars. You know, say you wanted to get from England to America, it would take you weeks on a boat. Now you hop on a flight, 8 hours, and that kind of would be unconceivable in the time, although the physics existed 100 years ago to make that theoretically possible. Whereas at the moment, the physics we have kind of states that it's going to be impossible for us to travel, you know, more than, say, 80 light years, I should say, in our lifetime. Obviously, that's going to increase, and who knows where it's all going to lead to, but I think it's an interesting topic of thought, and hopefully it's not gone straight over your head. Hopefully you can do some thinking about this. Just an interesting topic. Be sure to let me know what you thought in the comment section. I always do enjoy kind of exploring ideas like this in front of a microphone, and obviously I've not really stated any opinions, but you may disagree with something I've said, so just leave it in the comment section. That's what it's for, discussion, ideas. I like to read that kind of stuff. So yeah, quickly hopping back to the gameplay, you'll notice it's incredibly close at this point. I've literally, if you've been watching the gameplay, I've been trying so hard to just pick up the kills, but unfortunately we do lose. But I was far above the rest of my team, which maybe makes it more impressive. That's the way I always think about it. Anyway, that was the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like rating if you did, leave a comment, and check out some other Team Combat Axe episodes by clicking the links on screen.